Greetings, Patrick here. Have Cheetah Will View 8 questions with, and it is Thursday. Welcome to the show. As you can see, we are starting an hour late. That's because our guest, both today and next week, we'll be talking to Addison Heath. Both our guests are coming to us from Australia. So we are doing this at 9 p.m. here, and it's 11 a.m. Friday over in Australia. So tonight we'll be talking with horror podcaster Tate Irons, who has a podcast called Talks Horror with Tate, Horror Talk with Tate. And yeah, he's a nice young man. He's also done a little dabbling in a little bit of the acting, and he's very passionate about horror films. And so I'm looking forward to talking to him because he's probably got his finger of what's going on down in Australia, being a young man, and I'm sure he's able to have his finger on the pulse of it. Um, and it'll be very exciting to talk with him and see what's going on in the land down under when it comes down to horror films. Australia knows how to make a horror film, right? I mean, there's so many good horror films that come from Australia, and actually really good mysteries as well. Mysteries, action, adventure. Australia, pound for pound, you could actually say outside of the United States, strictly for its own market, I think Australia and Canada will probably, it'd be really interesting to see. Of course, you have South Korea, you have Taiwan, you have Hong Kong, but Australia makes some excellent films, really good movies, and a lot of them are so underneath of the radar. Uh, it's very rare that once in a while we'll hear a movie like Talk to Her or Talk to Me, and that movie pops up, and maybe there's one movie that we all notice, but there might be nine others that slip underneath our radar. Hey, Corey, how are you, sir? How are you? Um, yeah, we're going to be talking to here's Eric. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Yep, I understand that. I understand that. Um, that's right. Eric has come in. He has given me a new movie to watch for our Sharks versus Slock duel. Um, this time he sent me a comedy. A comedy. I was sort of. I'm like this is like comedy time. Um, because last year he did pretty much all drama. He did drama, horror, and this time it's like more horror comedies, or just straight out comedies for Schlock. And so I said, well, before I watch the movie he sent me, I'm going to watch one called Breakin', which came out in the '80s. It was a Canon from Canon Films. They made two of them. They make him Breakin' and Breakin' 2 Electric Boogaloo. And so I thought, well, if I'm going to watch a movie like called Big Ballas, I'm also watch something else to adjust the palate. Um, and yeah, he said that this one I'm going to get that he sent me. He said that he says I'm going to hate it. Um, but what really caught me by surprise is that the title is called Big Ballas, Big Ballin', and yet me and the professor we're known as the budget ballas. So the term ballas is not new to us. We appreciate it. Like when I go to the library and I spend $5 on movies, I'm a budget balla. And we started doing it because I came up with an idea for Mr. Bones and another guy to do a show called Boutique Ballas, but that never would. This is nothing like Breaking. Yeah, I don't think it will be either. Breaking. I'm 10 minutes into Breaking, and I'm already starting to look toward Big Ballas, budget balla. That's right. Yeah, I took a look at IMDb, and I noticed right away one thing. Everybody in the Bridges family is in this movie. This is gonna be. I have a feeling this is gonna be running like a home video, not so much a movie, but a home video of all the Bridges family. I did look at IMDb to see what I was getting myself into, and you might have got something there. You might have something here this week, but I'm still putting my money on Mountain Shark, and I'm fully expecting to get a 15-minute rant out of Mountain Shark. That thing looks horrible. But don't take my word for it. I mean, who am I to judge a good shark movie, right? I mean, what I think is a bad shark movie, the expert knows better. I mean, if you want to know if a shark movie is good or not, you got to go talk to Eric. Don't talk to me. I have no idea. I mean, not even Brett can help me out here. What's up, Brett? Not even Brett can come up there and tell me about. Let's put it this way: when I showed him Mountain Shark, this was Brett Kelly's reaction. He went like this. He was floating upside down, which is the best way you can kill a shark, by the way. If you're gonna flip upside down like this, you can handle them. They can. People come out the ocean and they'll see a shark floating like this. Uh, Brett is having a good time. He wants to go mountain climb. I'm blocked on my own channel. Well, that do you know what that makes sense? I'm blocked on my Instagram, so why not YouTube? uh, yeah, Chuck, how are you? Yeah, that's right. If a shark, if you can flip a shark upside down, they just it's almost like they just go unconscious. It's if they stay there long, if they stay there, they could drown, or they're totally vulnerable to predators. Oh yeah, I that's it's the weirdest thing. Now I'm not going to run out there to grab some great white shark and grab him by the nose and flip him upside down, but it does happen. It does happen. If you flip a shark upside down, they could either drown or they're open to attacks by predators. I got blocked on my own channel. But the one good thing about Breaking though, it did have Canon Films Go To Girl, which I forgot about that. Because I think every movie that Canon Group put out featured Lucinda Dickey in it. Every single movie. I think she was in Breaking. I think she was in American Ninja. I'm sure she's probably in Bolero, Invasion USA, King Solomon's Mines. Even though that one has Sharon Stone in it, she looked great in that too. By the way, holy crow! I'd like to get a copy of that. Um, so yeah. So now I'm watching. After I do Break It, I'll be watching Big Ballin', which it's a comedy, urban comedy starring Todd Bridges from the Different Strokes. He and his brother are so they're going to college to become lawyers, but their dad's tuition check bounces. So in order to make it through law school, they turn to selling drugs. Okay, so if this is sort of like a Friday type of selling, like out there selling some weed, yeah, okay. But if they're out there selling some shit, and I don't even know why Todd Bridges would even play around with the topic, because he's had so many close encounters with it. But you know, so while we're waiting for Tate, and he'll be here shortly, just to let you know that we are still going through we're still going through our calendar, even though we don't have access to Instagram. So that sort of sucks. But I did fire up my Substack, so I will be promoting the shows on Substack as well. I'm just brand new there. I really don't know what I'm doing. So hopefully someone will take pity on me, and at least the links work. That's the good thing about it. I put the links to this show, and you can go on Substack and click on it and come here. Uh, so next Monday is going to be in. This is sort of funny. It's in flux, and no pun intended. We're supposed to be talking with filmmaker Brendan Gabriel Murphy at 8 o'clock next Monday, but he's saying that he might be able to get us one of the stars of his new film, Shiloh Fernandez, to come out and talk to us on Monday afternoon. if I can make that happen by today, by tonight, if I can get it done by tonight, I'm going to do that. I'm going to change the start time around for Monday. But if I can't get it done, then I'm going to have to lose the interview with Shiloh because I've already promoting the show for 8 o'clock now for a few weeks, and it might not be doable to change at the last minute. I can't do that. Um, if he tells me today, yeah, because then I have Friday, Saturday, Sunday to promote the show. But trying to promote a show on a weekend is not a good thing. It's pretty poor actually. And then I would be having the show on at 4 p.m. on Monday. So I don't know what's going to happen. We're trying to figure it out. Me and Brendan are. I like to talk to Shiloh because I really, I want to talk to him about the movie and his Flux and his role in it. My review for Flux will be coming out on Tuesday. And speaking of Tuesday, I'll be welcoming in Marcus Witherspoon in on Tuesday at 8 p.m. Marcus runs the YouTube channel. I shot him 6 times, and he and I will actually be visiting. This is his first time visiting my channel and having fun. We're going to be talking all things Halloween. We're going to talk all things Halloween. We're going to talk all things horror, probably a lot of commercial horror. Tell you the truth, I don't know how much independent horror he follows. I know what I've seen his channel where he talks, the big franchises. We will have something to discuss though, because we will be talking about. I read a report that is stating that Haley Bennett might be being approached to do an Insidious film, maybe Insidious 6. Now I have mixed emotions about that. I mean, half of me says yes because anything with Haley Bennett in it, I'm going to be there with bell ringing. But I'm not so sure coming into a franchise that's on its last fumes is a good idea either. I just think that if she was to come onto a franchise, because Haley Bennett is a really unique artist in the fact that she's sort of like a Jennifer Jason Leigh. I know you guys probably don't remember who that is, but Jennifer Jason Leigh became or Mare Winningham, for that matter. They became very well known for their art house performances. They always act in art house films. That's their niche. They could do bigger pictures. I mean, Haley Bennett has done some blockbusters. She's done The Equalizer. She's done Christie. She's done Magnificent Seven. The Girl on the Train. So she's done blockbusters. She's done major motion pictures, studio pictures. Half me says, yeah, I'm down with seeing Haley in a commercial project because of that, because she's done so many art house small movies. I'd like to see her, on the big screen, because I think she's the best working actress today. But there's also part of me says, is Insidious the franchise you want to come in on? Where it's sort of like I just don't really see, I don't really see much energy behind it. I can't see the studios jumping up and down and saying, yes, I'm going to back that to the hilt. Because and it's another thing too, and that is the studios have not always backed her, when she does magnificent work. It'll be interesting to see this fall because she's doing an adaptation of Virginia Woolf's Night and Day, which is coming out in the fall time, and it should be being played during award season. I hope she gets the credit she deserves because she didn't get it in Cyrano. She sure as hell didn't get it in Swallow. Let's see. Sarah Jessica Parker. Some of her movies I've actually enjoyed. I've actually enjoyed some of her films. Hey, Mike, how are you? How are you? Yeah, I guess I was just reading an article today about, yesterday I watched a movie called One Last Thing, which came out in 2005, and it stars Cynthia Nixon, who is one of Jessica Parker's co-stars in Sex and the City. And now they call it And So It Goes. So I just reviewed that today. That's out on my playlist. And I was just reading an article today that they have her character, Sarah Jessica's character, just got a cat, and the cat is just like stealing every scene that it's in. and they wrote an article about it, about how personable the cat is. It looks to be like a calico cat, so that was really cool. Let's see. Anthony says he's going to start training program on July 10th. That is good, Anthony. That is good. Let's see. And you're up to 2013 on your memoirs. Okay. That's so yeah, Chuck. So I'm not adverse to her. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan per se, but I have watched a few of her movies. I've been known to watch a Sarah Jessica Parker movie. All right, all the way from Australia, our guest is here. So I want to go ahead and get him on here. And please, thank you for staying. Share us out if you wish to, and let's go talk to Tate Irons. Here we go. How you doing, young man?
Hey Patrick, I'm doing really great. How are you doing?
Good, good. How's Australia doing today?
Oh,
It's Friday morning, right?
yeah, it's Friday morning and it's a bit chilly out there right now.
Uh, that's right. That's right. Yeah, it's your winter time, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's winter out there right now.
Now over here, it is now 80 degrees here in where I'm at. Uh,
Oh,
I forgot about that right till you mentioned about the chilly part, and we're like, that's right, it's winter down there in New Zealand and Australia.
yeah, it is.
Now, when do you celebrate Christmas? Do you celebrate Christmas during the winter, or do you have to, or are you celebrating Christmas in the summer?
Um, so in Australia, we celebrate Christmas in summer because like in December, it's like summer in Australia and it's winter in America.
Right.
And yeah, it gets really hot in Australia, and yeah, I get used to it.
Yeah, it's got to be really different from most people in the wintertime. Oh my gosh, it's snowing outside. Let's go out there and play in the snow and make a snow fort. And in Australia, of Christmas, it's like let's go grab our surfboards and go hang ten and go in a half pipe. Hey Steve, hey
Oh,
Lucas boy. Uh, our friend Steve actually is he's actually lives in Arizona, and Arizona is starting to cook up. That's right, 103 degrees today over in Arizona.
oh yeah, yeah.
Well, you are a horror podcaster,
Oh,
and so tell us a little bit about your fandom. When did you become a horror fan? I mean, have you always been a horror fan, or has it been new to you?
yeah, I've been a horror fan since 2018, and like the first horror film I watched was It, and because once when I was little, I had a feeling that I would give a try on like seeing a part of a horror film, and turns out I actually enjoyed them, and yeah, it that's what got me into horror because Pennywise became my first favorite horror villain because he's terrifying, and yeah, it's just like I've been like so happy that I'm becoming a horror fan, and that sometimes I watch horror movies at night and I don't get nightmares at all.
Have you ever had a nightmare before?
Not a long time ago when I was little, cause I think that was back when I wasn't a horror fan. But yeah, I'm not getting so much nightmares at all anymore.
Well, that's pretty good. I still can tell you, I can still tell you that there are movies out there that will still, shake me up a little bit. I watch them going like, oh boy,
Yeah.
it's like, on the Wonder Twins are here. Mika. I don't know if both twins are there or Mika. It's just Mika, but I'm just saying hi to Mika. They'll let me know if both twins are there. Zane and Gina. Uh, let's see, and of course, and yeah, she says she loves the horror genre too. Yeah, I love a good horror film.
Yeah, they're
Um,
great.
and there are a few movies, yes, that still scare me. Um, I yeah, I will sit there and put one on there and watch it, and like a lot of people know, like for me, the first time I saw Phantasm on commercial TV. I mean, the TV
Oh,
was it was free, and they ran commercials through it, and they cut
oh,
it, and they cut it, because it was for on TV. So by the end of the night, though, I sat down to watch it in the dark, and by the end of the movie, I had all my lights on because the movie scared me.
yeah, yeah. It's like that, but I don't get the lights on, and um, but like I I because I do because a friend who actually helped me create this podcast, um, he used to not be a horror fan until I got him into horror, and he started to love it.
Well, you know what? You were in a hotbed because Australia. You guys know how to make a horror film, don't you?
Yeah, yeah. Like it's great because I do see some horror films that's from Australia, and I think they're absolutely amazing.
Oh my gosh! Now, I know that I know a lot of people. When we talk Australian horror, the two films that jump out at me right away is Razorback and Nightingale, are the two that jump out at me. Though there's also the Babadook as well,
Oh
and
yeah, yes.
but but the Nightingale and Razorback are probably my two Australian films that just jump out at me. But that's only because I have not seen Natrum or Martin, back spelled backwards. I have not seen that, and I have not seen Wolf Creek yet.
Yeah, I haven't seen Wall Creek as well. But I have seen the Babadook and Talk to Me, and the other week I saw Bring Her Back, and yeah, I think that Talk to Me and Bring Her Back was like absolutely terrifying because the directors like they used to do a YouTube channel, and like they were like doing like gory horror videos, and they were like so disturbing, and yeah, and it was like I've always loved like because I'm a huge fan of like super gory horror films, and it's like their videos are like super gory, and that's how I always like watch them.
So you like the super gory stuff.
Yeah, I do.
So I mean, Wolf Creek will be right up your alley. And Mika mentions she mentioned two movies. She says she loves Wolf Creek and Lake Mungo. Uh, I have seen Lake Mungo. That one went right over my head. I just didn't get it at all. I didn't. I wanted to be scared, and I didn't get scared. There was one scene for like 5 seconds, and that was it. And I just didn't get it. I was like, wow, I don't understand why everybody's jumping on this movie because it didn't have anything. And I saw another movie, like I mentioned here, called Pyewacket, where it was the same thing. It's like you're supposed to be this really monstrous witch, and you saw her far away, on the scene. You saw her far away, and she's only on screen for like 1 to 3 seconds. I mean, it's like that, and that was
Oh
it.
wow.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, if you're gonna base your movie around a creature, you got to show the creature.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
I
um,
mean, you're sitting there for 2 hours waiting for something to happen, and it's like, and then when something comes up, I was on there for a split second, and you're sitting at the end of the movie going like, well, where's the creature? Um,
yeah.
okay, Mika's mentioning the directors of Talk to Me and Bring Her Back are twins as well. Oh, more Wonder Twins.
Yeah,
Uh,
they are. Yeah, they are twins. I had a research of them yesterday, and yeah, because I had trouble because had like trouble like figuring out how to say their last name, but like their first names are like Michael and Danny, and yeah, yeah, I think they were really great directors because yeah, because have you seen Bring Her Back?
I have not seen Bring Her Back or Talk to Me.
Oh,
I have not seen either one. They I don't do streaming, and I have not been able to find any physical copies of it yet. But I have my eye out for it.
that's right. Because I don't want. I'm not gonna spoil it, but I should say because the time I saw Bring Her Back, I was like, that movie was so terrifying and so disturbing.
Um,
And
yeah, I like the movies that disturb me, and like like I saw a movie last year that really got me, and it was called The Coffee Table, and that movie shook me. That
oh,
was like, man, that movie's way out there, Tate. And I was just like, it's like it had me leaning to head to the restroom, which doesn't happen to me. But I'm sitting going, man, I hope I can keep my lunch down. It was very terrifying, but I like those type of movies. Um,
yeah.
see, I have to see Talk to Me. I do, I do. I know. You know what? I just, they have not. My library has just now starting to put out movies out again, and I just scored a copy of Baby Doll. So I'm hoping against hope that we'll get more and more new releases at the library because I really want to get copies of both those films. And then I want to see a copy. I want to get a copy of Heretic.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see Heretic?
Um, her- her- Heretic. No, I haven't. I don't think I've ever heard about it. Because I know pretty much like independent movies, like mostly the ones because of the cast of the Twisted Child universe. And yeah, yeah, I better have a look at that one.
It came out on now, are you a physical media collector yourself, Tate, or do you just watch things on streaming services?
Um, I usually watch them on straight streaming and um, cause like because my TV is a smart TV and I can use that for like streaming movies because I have like Netflix and Tubi and I have like YouTube so that I can like rent the movies to check on them and there's a lot of horror movies I need to see so that I can cover them.
Yes, that's right, because you do a podcast.
Yeah.
Now your podcast, are you a film reviewer during this podcast? Or I also see that you also interview people, right? You also interview some of the people in the films.
Yes, I do. Yeah, I remember the first time I started this. Like when I started doing the interviews, which was with Nicola Ryde, who played Christopher Robin's mother in Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey 2. The Before I started the interview, I was completely nervous because I was worried that I was going to be terrible. But then, as soon as I started it, I started to feel like comfortable and Nicola Wright was so nice and yeah, I just feel like it was great being able to chat with the actors because I've been like dreaming about chatting with them for so long before I started this.
Now, did you find yourself like when you started talking to her? As soon as you started talking to her, did you just instantly relax?
Yeah, I did because like I yeah because I've because like when I was chatting with her, I felt like I was doing great.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, and yeah.
So that was your first time you interviewed a working actor, a celebrity, so to speak. That must have been pretty
Yeah,
fun.
yeah.
Now, did you ask her for this interview? Did you have? Did you have to go through her agent, or did you approach her and ask her to talk, or how did you land her for your podcast?
Oh, she actually messaged me through Instagram when I didn't even ask, and sent me her, her Gmail account, and asked her, and she asked me if I want to do an interview with her. Then here's the email, and I said, "Oh my god, thank you so much, Nick. I cannot wait to chat with you."
That's cool. So she must have saw your podcast before that,
Yeah,
and was pretty impressed with what you're doing on your pod. Now,
yeah.
what is your podcast called? What's the name? What's the proper name of your podcast?
Horror Talks with Tate.
Yeah, isn't that awesome, Mika? Yeah, you know what? I mean, let's put it this way. I don't get that many people ever asking me. Nobody
Mm.
knocks on my door and says, "Hey, can we talk?" So I don't. He must have. He must have something going on for that to happen. That's a good gift. Um,
Yeah, yes,
and
it is.
yeah. Now, have you talked to anybody else since you talked to Nicola?
Yeah, yes. I talked with Kate Green, who played Tinkerbell in Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare. I had a chat with Louis Santer, who played Tigger, and Marcus Massey, and I also had a chat with Olga Turco, who is actually a production and costume designer of Terrifier 2 and 3. And yeah, I just felt it was just absolutely amazing.
So are you still nervous when you sit down and talk with them?
Yeah, I sometimes get a bit nervous because of
So
like talking to different actors, and but like if I feel like excited because like I know them from the movies, and like as you probably saw, I did an interview with Alina Desmond. Um, um, she explained to me that I was her first podcast to interview her, and I had no idea that that happened.
there's a lot of actors out there that are, when you give them their interview, there's a lot of them out there that you're the first press that they'll ever do. You're the first time they're
Yeah,
talking to a member of the press, and they're just as nervous as you are. So
yeah.
for you to stay really cool and welcome on board. So Elena I was not her first, because she did
Mm.
come over and hang out with us as well, and she was very nice. Wasn't she really easy to talk to, or what?
She was really nice. I had a chat with her. Um, I did had a chat with her like three times. Like one was when like the normal interview, and the other one is like a redo for the interview, but that's for the upcoming YouTube episode of Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey 2, because I decided to invite actors to talk about their works in the movie so that I could get more views. And the third time was when I invited her to be part of the Last Call series.
What is the lost call? What is that?
So the Last Call is an anthology horror series that I created for being part of Horror Talk with Tate, where you listen to like 911 horror stories, like 911, like terrifying 911 calls with horror icons, urban legends, or creepy pastas. And um, I had I had been like doing like there's five of them that are released. Like there's one for Slenderman, Jeff the Killer, Krampus, the Rake, and Art the Clown. And I in the first five, I was the only one like voicing all of these characters. But then before when I was doing the next one, I had a feeling that something was missing, that different characters deserve different voices. So that's why I asked Alina Desmond for the Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey one, if she was able to join, and she was interested, and we worked on it together, and it's all completed, and it's coming out in the next 2 weeks.
Now you record your podcast, right? You do recordings, right? Or
Yeah.
do you do your show live?
Um, I so I usually do like the audios, like audio recording, and but that's for like Spotify and Amazon Music, I I release the video versions of each episodes on Spotify and Amazon Music for interviews, and I also do like videos for like for YouTube, like trailer reactions, and and the video versions of the episodes that I've previously worked on. And yeah, it's like everything else, and there's like so much more to come.
Now, are there? Do you have you found out to be? Have you met a lot of fellow podcasters in Australia? Are there a lot of horror podcasters down there? I'm just thinking there may not probably be a whole bunch down there. You might be the king of the hill.
Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure if I have met any Australian podcasters. I had met some, like 50 Shades of Tay, that um he did like interviews with a lot of actors and filmmakers, even like the Twisted Child universe, and he did a Q&A video with the actors for the movie premiere, and like he did for Winnie the Pooh Blind Honey 2, and he did the same for Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare. And I think that it was just so great that he did something like that, and and the actors like collaborate with him, and it was just like so great to see that he's doing a Q&A with lots of actors.
Now you mentioned to me too, and I want to mention this because I think people should know this because it'll even show people even more impressive you are. Is
Mhm.
that you also are autistic and you are able to maintain your podcast, land major interviews, interview movie stars, and still handle your autism like a professional. Um, are you? How do your parents feel about you doing your podcast? Is anybody surprised that you've been doing this and doing this so well?
Yes. My parents have been like are like so happy for me that I'm like they're so proud of me for like what I achieved, and it like they were so happy with everything. Like I'm doing so great with my podcast. I'm doing interviews. I'm being involved in 2 horror movies, and um, it was like I was like so proud of myself as well. Like I thought like I was not gonna be like too good, because the support and love from all the fans was so like crazy and unexpected, and I was really happy about that.
Yeah, I saw that you posted earlier about doing this show here tonight, and I noticed a lot of people came out and supported you. And I caught that. I'm like, this is great. He's got himself some audience here.
Yeah.
There's people out there that are following you that are interested in what you have to say. Um,
Yeah.
that must be very exciting.
It is very exciting.
Now, I want to talk a little bit about some of the movies that you've covered. What do you I have? Because you also do reactions, you also do reviews. Um, I'd like to know. I'd like to know how you do your reviews. So walk us through a movie. Let's say Talk to Me. How does Tate review a movie?
Oh yeah, because like Talk to Me, like it got me like at the edge of my seat the entire time, and it it was like that movie is like a masterpiece, and I just love everything about it. Like because like it's supernatural, and I love supernatural like because of The Conjuring, and because I got into the con because my dad was talking to me about the like Talk to Me movie, and I feel like I should give that one a go. And then when I looked at it, I was like, "Whoa, that movie was so amazing."
I feel like I should do this obligation. Of course, our friend Mika and anybody else who's watching this, they're going to laugh. But I should really sort of point out that though I don't think they're called, I don't think it's called IFC down there, but you can watch this on Tubi. And there's like the Babadook. If you go watch the Babadook, it'll say IFC on it. Um, I want to recommend several independent films from IFC. They put out some of the best films. I just don't know what they're being released on down in Australia. Um, do you also like the mystery movies too? Crime dramas, mystery. I love that aspect of Australian films. Uh, Mystery Road, Red Hill, The Dry. Um, just some magnificent films. Even though it's New Zealand, I still think about this movie a lot called Once a Warrior. Once we were warriors. Um, there's been so many so many movies that Australia has done. Both mainstream and drama wise. Are you gonna be covering other films from Australia? You're gonna cover some mysteries and some and TV shows and stuff like that. That's something you like to do.
Yeah, that would be something I would want to do because yeah, yeah, because like I do like mystery movies as well because I like the ones when it's like when you're finding who's the killer and what happened to the victims. And I just think it'll be really cool to do it because I have been planning for so long for covering TV shows. Cause like I've seen some TV shows like Stranger Things, and I'm still watching The Walking Dead, and uh the other one I was watching Ash versus Evil Dead.
Mm.
And yeah, I still have to finish all the series that I do before I cover them.
Yeah, TV shows, man. I've been thinking about doing that too, but like I'm watching some people. They'll like one guy, one YouTuber. He's doing the X Files, and I'm just sitting there going like, man, that's like 10 or 11 years. It was on for like 10 or 11 years. I'm going, that's a lot of shows to talk about, right? And so
Yeah.
I keep on thinking, well, maybe I should just do like one season of like 10 episodes. I could probably do that. Um,
Yeah.
because it's because the idea is really good. I want to go ahead and cover a TV show, but then you get into it, and all of a sudden it's like, man, I missed, because I know a lot of people they like watching Angel and Buffy. They're big fans, and they always cover those TV series a lot. When I see people do that, that's just
Yeah.
it just seems to me that would take a long time to do. Um, but would you rather do just a short run series? Try to do it short run, or is that something you see yourself doing later down the line?
Um yeah, I think so because of like depending on because I have to like think about like how I want to cover TV shows because there would be like a lot of episodes and a lot of stories, and I'm gonna have to think about that, like either to cover like one season at a time or the whole series. But like it depends on like how the story is for the TV series.
We're talking about Mika's mentioning great mystery crime show from New Zealand that I love was Top of the Lake. Came out in 2013. And then I mentioned one that I really liked, though I've only found the first season of it, and that was The Mighty Johnsons. I really like that. Uh,
Okay.
there's some great TV series. We had a lot of fun covering True Detective last year. See, that's what I mean. I got to do. I want to do something like that. Maybe a 10 episode show. It contained. Um, my sister told me I should do Broadchurch. I've heard
Mm.
about that. I'm thinking about it. But yeah. Uh, so do you go to conventions? They have horror conventions down where you're at. Do you go down to conventions?
I haven't been in a convention before, but I've always wanted to wanted to go to a convention for so long because I see a lot of conventions on Instagram and they're like amazing. Like I usually see like a convention created by Ice Nine Kills and called Silver Screams, and I I think like that convention was really good because it's like you see like everything horror, and you take photos with actors that are joined in the convention. And I think one day hopefully I'll get to go to a horror convention if there is any.
Now, what city do you live in? Are you in Sydney or Canberra?
I'm from Brisbane.
Okay, that was my third choice.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, I was going to tell you, Tate. Especially
Yeah.
looking at what you've done so far, you could probably get yourself. If they have a convention in Brisbane, if you hear about it and soon enough, like if you type in, conventions and if something comes your way, I do believe that you can get in for free as a member of the press. You contact the organizer and you share them your podcast and your interview series, and more likely or not, you would probably be able to get in for free because then you would go around and talk about the convention on your podcast. A lot of promoters love that because it's free press. They don't have to pay for it. What's a ticket? You know, then you get in there and then you talk to people and take pictures and stuff like that. It could be something down the line for you and your show.
Oh
Something to think about. I mean, it doesn't have to happen this year, but it could happen next year. You just never know. Um,
yeah.
tell me five people. Tell me five people who you will want to interview. If you had your choice to interview five people, who would they be and why?
Great question, Patrick. I would want to have a chat with David Howard Thornton, who plays Art the Clown. Damien Leone, who directed Terrifier movies. Scott Chambers, who played Christopher Robin in Winnie the Pooh Blood Honey 2. And I think Reese Fred Waterfield, who directed Winnie the Pooh Blood Honey 1 and 2, would be so amazing. And a fifth one I would have a chat with would be Lauren Lavera, who played Sienna Shaw from Terrifier 2 and 3.
You do love your independent movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool. I'm liking this a lot. And let's see, Mika mentioned Broadchurch is a great series. Yeah, my sister told me about that. Yeah, isn't it? Deanna, a great final girl. Yeah, that's right. Now you know what a final girl is, right?
Yeah, they're like survive like the girls as survivors.
Now who's your favorite final girl?
Or I think it would be Sienna Shaw from the Terrifier franchise because like she because like Lauren's performance as a character is like so amazing, and it'll get you like stunned because it's like she's like fighting off against Art the Clown, and it's like because it's like like it's fun like having like a final girl in a gory franchise, and yeah, yeah, I'm so excited to see I'm so excited to see her again when Terrifier 4 comes out.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I Terrifier, all the Terrifier movies have come out and they've done so well. I love Art. I think Art is great, but I think he's great for, of course, people who've been to the show know why I think Art is great. Because many people might need to be reminded that, but Art the Clown, he's a cat lover.
Yeah.
He is a cat lover. And I asked David Howard Thornton. I asked him that question. I asked him, I says, is Art the Clown a cat lover? And he said, absolutely. So
Oh.
I know
Wow.
horror monster, the big huge clown loves cats. Oh, go figure, right? Crazy world.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right? And I think someone said that in Thanksgiving too. That the cutter he fed a cat in the movie in Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah.
That's just something. I just thought that there's just something really fun about that. Um, let's see. And
Yes.
Mika says you picked a great final girl. Uh, yeah, you know what? I'm trying to figure out I try to figure out who my favorite final girl is, and I still got to go with my girl, Cynthia Walker, who played in a Dark Song. Played Sophia in a Dark Song. That's still my final girl, even though technically she was not at the hands of a slasher, but she was at the hands of something else far more sinister. But she still escaped. You mentioned earlier that you like supernatural horror, right? You like supernatural horror.
Yeah, yeah, I do. Like, I love the Conjuring universe
That's my
and
that's my
Insidious.
favorite too. Yeah, I
Yeah.
I, I like slashers, okay, Tate, but
Mhm.
I'm with you. I'm more of a supernatural. I think supernatural is so much more effective. Um, now, what movies have you seen so far this year that you have really liked, and some that maybe haven't really caught your fancy? Has there been a couple of movies that you've just watched and said this doesn't work for me?
Um, I, because like I love every single movie I watch. Because, but I think like the memory I had, like I remember the time I saw Winnie the Pooh Blood Honey 2 at the movies, and um it was like I was having like so much fun than I've ever had in a movies in a cinemas, and yeah, and then when I posted it, like that was like back when I started my podcast, because I started my podcast before seeing Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey 2, and when I put on my story that I really loved it, and I gave it a 10 out of 10, the actors and filmmakers like saw my story and they started liking it, and that's how we started like chatting with each other.
Yeah, I was let's see, Mika says Tate, he says Tate, Mika says her final girl is Ripley from the Alien films. And then she said, are you looking forward to the next Conjuring film? Do you like the
Oh,
Conjuring all right?
yeah, yeah. I find The Conjuring really great. Like lots of amazing jump scares, and um, yeah, and I think my favorite character in the Conjuring universe is Valak, the demon nun, because she's terrifying. And yeah, I'm so excited for the new Conjuring movie to come out in September, which is called The Conjuring Last Rites, because they said that's going to be the final installment of
Yeah.
the Conjuring universe.
Right before you got here, I was commenting that my favorite actress, they're saying that she might get asked to come on to do an Insidious movie. And
Oh,
I mean, do you like this? Do you like the Insidious series as well, or did you like
oh
The
yes, I do.
Conjuring? Yeah, Insidious is interesting. I thought it was really
Mm,
interesting that Patrick Wilson, who played the dad in both ones, he was able to do both series so close together. You know, he played
yeah.
Warren. He played Warren in the Conjuring series, and then Ed Warren, and then he played in the Insidious series, which came out pretty much side by side, and it was interesting to see that see those series go. Um, all right, so what are some of the
Yeah.
movies that obviously the independent film that you really like? But what else has there been out there that really that caught your attention?
Um, so an independent movie that got my attention is Piglet, and
Nice.
um yeah, because like I've been waiting for that movie for so long, and because like I had a chat with Alina Desmond and Shaylee Reagan and Alexandra Butler, and it was like I told him that their acting for Piglet was so great, and I just love that they're happy that I'm supporting the movies, because I do support independent movies as well, and yeah, it just feels great that Piglet
What
got my attention, and that yeah.
what I did too. I'll be honest with you. I thought Piglet was pretty damn good. I
Mm.
I I thought it was really good. I thought Alexander was awesome as Piglet. He really put a lot of life into the character, and I liked Elena very much because she was a fighter. Like the one thing that really kills me about when you ever see a horror movie, is like you'll see a girl or a guy, the killer's after him, right? And
Oh yeah.
they hit him once, right? They'll hit. Okay, here comes Jason. Okay, well, I'm gonna hit Jason once with a 2x4, and then they run. And I'm going like,
Mm.
why are you running? I mean, the guy just got done stabbing your friend, and you didn't count how many times that he stuck your friend. He stuck your friend 30 times with the knife. Don't you think that he deserves the same 30 back? No,
Mm.
I'm just gonna stab him once and then run. Oh, it just drives me bonkers when they do that. So when we saw Linda on there, and she was taking care of business, she was going to town, and I really appreciate that. We're like, hell yeah, I would if someone killed my friend by sticking him with 30 times, you're not getting away with just one hit across the dome with by me. You're getting everything
Oh
that you gave to my friend. You're getting it back. Uh,
yeah.
it just kills me when I see that in a horror film. It's like, it's okay. It's okay to have your final girl swing and take care of business. Um,
Oh
one of my favorite final girls was KM14 from Jason X.
oh yeah.
She just have you seen? Do you like the Jason movies?
Yeah, I do. I've seen all of them, and yeah, they were really good. There was like
Now, the part in Jason
so
X
many.
when she walked in there and she shot him up before he became
Oh yeah.
Uber Jason. That's what a kind of action I like to see. It's okay to go out there and wipe out the killer like that. It's like they've been doing it the whole damn movie, so they deserve a little payback. I'm all right with that. Uh,
Oh yeah.
and Piglet is on. If I'm not mistaken, Piglet is still on Tubi. If I'm not mistaken. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, I have a copy of The Nun. I have not watched it yet, but I do know about the nun, the Valak, and Bonnie Ahern.
Mm.
Yeah, the people don't know this, but the lady who plays the nun, she's actually gorgeous. She's
Yeah, she is.
yeah, she's very attractive, which it's always impressive for me anyway. When
Mm.
you get a really where do you like it? What do you like in a horror actress? What do you want to see from a horror actress? what are some of the attributes? What are some of the things you want to see if you're sitting down to a horror film that you hope to see from a like a final girl or just a woman in a horror film? What do you look for that?
Um, I looked at them as like because like every time I see like the end of these horror movies, um I say like I hope they survive because yeah yeah um because like what I saw because like Alina Desmond played the final girl in Piglet, and I think that it was great that she got to be the final girl, which I think that was probably her first time doing it, and I just felt like it's just amazing to have like a final girl in a horror movie um because like I mean like I think like because most movies that I see some sometimes they survive, sometimes they don't because there can be like twisted endings, and yeah and every if I see like a final girl like actually survive, I feel like really happy about that.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
I love the final girl aspect of things. I think it's pretty badass, and
yeah,
I like the idea they gotten away from that. The girl always has to be a pure part. It's okay, that they come on in there and they're a little bit, they're human. They're not Snow White. They've lived life, and just because they've lived life doesn't necessarily mean that they're bad people. Um, who are some of your favorite? I know you mentioned earlier about talking to the girl, talking to people you want to talk to. But who are your favorite female horror actors, and who are your favorite male horror actors? So we already know you got Art and you got Lauren. So give me four more actresses that you like in a horror film.
okay. So I mean I like Alina Desmond because she got to play the final girl in Piglet. Um, I love Louis Santer because like because when I was a kid I used to love Tigger, and and then like just seeing him as a savage killer is like amazing. Um, and for the third one, um, I would say like Scott Chambers because he's an actor as well. Um, and the fourth one I would say is Natasha Tosini.
Now let me ask you this. So
Yeah.
right now, what country you think is making the best horror films? Is it the UK or is it Australia?
Oh, so I think because like in Australia, um, because that the way they make quality horror, um, they do like they don't borrow the Hollywood tropes. They actually like challenge them, they twist them, and they sort of like take a risk when doing the movies. Like if you see Talk to Me and Bring Her Back, then it does have these kind of things, and yeah, I just think that it's just really cool that Australia has that thing.
I agree. I think it's close. Like I think I've been watching. I've been watching some English horror, and I've sitting here and going like, man, there's been some really good films coming out of there lately.
Yeah,
Of course, Australia has been, like I said, it's been on the map for a while now, and now some of the bigger stars are in Australia, like Russell Crowe. Like I absolutely freaking love the Pope's Exorcist. Love that
Mhm.
movie. I thought it's one of the best. That's one of my favorite Russell Crowe movies by far. I really enjoy the hell out of that movie. I also enjoy Consecration. And that's an English supernatural horror. Um, I don't. I like some of the fairy tale movies. I mean, like I like Piglet a lot. Piglet was like that was my jam. I was like, okay, I like that a lot. They did a really nice job. They took their time with it, and I was not a big fan of the first Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, because they
Mhm.
rushed it so fast. I mean, as soon as the
Yeah,
as soon as yeah, as soon as the copyright was over with, it was even before anybody said that it was over with, they're already pushing their movie out, and it looked horrible.
mm,
But they took their time. But they took their time when they made the sequel, and when the sequel came out, it was received a lot better. I mean, people really liked it a lot more with the sequel than they did the first film. Um, what are some of the movies that you have not liked? That you say you liked everything, but not everybody liked everything. So, what are some of the movies that you've gone like, you know, this has some promise, and I really wanted to like it, but it just came up a little short. What are some of the what are some of the movies like that that you wish could have been just a little bit better?
yeah, I do have one actually. That one's called Book of Shadows, Blair Witch 2.
Ah,
Um,
yeah,
yeah, yeah, because I find that one like very disappointing because what I saw from the first one and the remake, they were so good and absolutely terrifying. But
yes.
like, yeah, the second one was just like really boring.
You know what? See, I could tell. I could just tell just in our short hour talk so far, and I'm sure Mika will back me up on this. But you are a true horror fan. You are a
Mm,
true horror fan because there are so many slappies out there that cannot admit the fact that they liked the Blair Witch Project, the first one. And the reason why they
yeah,
get mad at it, the reason why they get mad at it is because they got scared and they got fooled. Because when the Blair Witch came out, it was playing as it was real. People were believing in it. And then
yeah,
once they found out it wasn't, then they got all butthurt about it. I
mm,
love the first Blair. I love the first Blair Witch Project. I think I think it's a great movie. It's a classic.
yeah,
I'm with
yeah.
you, Kate. I am totally with you when it comes down to Blair Witch Project 2. I was so disappointed as well.
Yeah.
Uh, should every movie get a sequel?
Um, it depends on like the success. If because like I mean, some audience would want a sequel, and like some others don't. Some others like don't expect like to have a sequel. Like, I mean, like like for like Terrifier when the first one came out. Well, I've been a fan of Terrifier before Terrifier 2 came out, but that was like before COVID came because I've been waiting for Terrifier 2 for 2 years, and but then I've been wanting a sequel because I want more of Art the Clown. And yeah, I just feel like some franchise does deserve to have a sequel.
Now, I've noticed that you've not mentioned any commercial franchises, like Scream or Friday the 13th or Halloween. Are you big fans of those series, or are you just mostly independent only?
I do like these films as well. Like because like I mean every horror movie I watch, I just love them. And because I mean I love Scream because like it's like the voice when the victim is being called by like Ghostface, and like the voice is like creepy, and it's like you're like expecting something's gonna happen to them, that Ghostface is gonna appear, and then at the end you find out who was the killer, and I get completely shocked when I found out who the killers are.
Yeah, I think that's what really killed it for me about for Scream was the fact
Mhm.
that everybody that every single Ghostface has come out has always had some relation to Sydney. It's every single one of them. So immediately you go into every single Scream, and you're already thinking, okay, well, the first person that gives Sydney the side eye, that's the killer, and more likely or not, it's always that way. I don't like the Scream format. I mean, it's like, I mean, I think it'd be more interesting. I think there was a movie called Kiss the Girls, and in it there were two killers, and they were competing against each other. And
Oh,
in a book, they were each on the opposite coast, and they were doing the same killings on the east side of the coast. They're trying to one up each other. And then there was a
oh
cop
wow.
and his partner were trying to catch them. And it was a really exciting book and not a bad movie. In fact, they made two movies. They made two movies with Morgan Freeman, "Kiss the Girl" and "Along Came a Spider," which is also great. Uh, but I think the thing with the Scream thing is the fact that now the Scream Seven's coming out, and they're basically digging up people who have died. You know, Dewey and Stu. They're digging them up to bring them back into the series. I just really am not. I have no interest in that. I mean, I just think that's just it's boring. It's not exciting.
Yeah. I mean, I feel the same as well, Patrick. When I saw that they announced that they were coming back, I was like, I thought they died.
Yeah, yeah. I'm thinking, well, hell, if you're gonna bring back Stu and you're gonna bring back Dewey, why not bring back Skeet Ulrich? You know, even though he got shot in the head twice, you know, the
Mm,
first one and then the second one said, you know, that's because you won't come back in the sequel. Why not bring him back too? You know,
yeah,
you bring him back Stu who got electrocuted. I just I don't know. Sometimes I feel in franchises like that. Do you feel as a fan? Do you feel sometimes fans demand too much? Like I want this to be in the movie, or I'm gonna hate it.
mm,
Or do you like to
mm.
be surprised by what a writer will bring to you?
Um, I think I like to be supplied because when I see like other characters like returning, like you I don't know if you know that like Sydney, who's the final girl of Scream, she wasn't in Scream 6,
No.
but then they announced for Scream 7 that Sydney's coming back. And about like Stu coming back, I have a feeling that because what we saw, there was like a ghost version of Billy who was Sydney's boyfriend in the first movie. Stu might come back as the same way as Billy Loomis does.
Mika's mentioning, I really enjoyed the original storytelling with horror with films like Oddity or Talk to Me or Sinners. Hell yeah, especially Oddity.
Mm,
Oddity was amazing. Love Oddity so much. And I really want to see Sinners too. I really like to see Sinners as well. But I was really lucky. I got a copy of Oddity, and that movie's a banger. That's a great movie. Um,
yeah.
let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, and then Brene says about horror films. It says unless it's really good and you got to have more. That's okay. It's okay because I mean if you look at you look at movies like you do look at franchises like Friday the 13th. Yes, the first four movies are definitely the best four. They're the best made. But the ones
Mm,
that have come after that, while they're technically not as good as far as the story goes, but they're still a lot of fun to watch because how fanciful the story is, how much it's just rooted in silliness, and I'm okay with that. Um, I'm
yeah.
okay with that. I just think that there's some though, like with Scream, I just don't think it's necessary. I don't think we really needed a Scream 7. I think it's just nothing now. It's just nothing but a money grab. And
Yeah.
I rather see fresh original stories more than anything.
Yeah.
That's I had to see Sinners. Yes, I have that. That is high on my mark because I'm a big Michael B. Jordan fan, and Ryan Coogler, and I cannot wait to see that. Um,
Ye-
yeah, sequels are often disappointing. I was just talking about this as far as a movie where I was actually trying to think of, our franchise where the first movie was so good and the second movie was so bad.
Yeah.
Like Blair Witch. Like Blair Witch is like really good, and Blair Witch Project 2 was really, and that for me was Silent Hill.
Oh,
Absolutely love the first Silent Hill. I think it's brilliant. I saw the
oh
second
yeah.
one. I saw the second one, hated it so much. It was horrible.
Oh
Um, have you ever
yeah.
watched something like that? You ever watch a sequel and you're just going like, what the hell is this? Have you ever
Ye-
been disappointed by a sequel?
Um, I think because I think I'm sure it's only like I think it's only like the Book of Shadows language too because after I saw that movie I was like seriously.
I like that. I like that. You're sitting there going like, seriously, this is it?
Yeah.
This is all you got? I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm with you, Tate. You know what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, so what are you looking forward to now? As far as the summer goes, what movies are you looking forward to coming out for the rest of the year that you're excited about?
Oh, there is something I'm excited about. I'm excited for the Black Phone 2 because I saw the trailer and I was like, the grabber is back. And I'm also excited for the second Finance of Freddy's movie.
Which one?
The second Finance of Freddy's movie.
I'm, okay, I'm sorry. Well, I'm a little iffy there.
Is a have you heard of Finance of Freddy's?
Five Fridays. Oh, Five Nights at Freddy's. I've heard about
Yeah,
that, but I've never seen
yeah.
the first one. Yeah, that's right. That's coming out too,
Um,
right?
yeah. The second one is coming in December.
Um,
So,
I'll tell you what I'm looking forward to. It's not a horror movie per se, but I think the biggest movie I'm looking forward to the rest of the year, and it's not going to be Superman. I know a lot of people are going to sit there and say you're looking forward to seeing Superman. I'm actually really not. I'm going to hold my breath on it, and hopefully it's James Gunn doesn't screw it up like he did Guardians. Um, but the one I'm looking forward to is Virginia Woolf's Night and Day. It's an art house movie.
oh,
It's an art house movie. Um, so that's what I'm looking forward for the rest of the year. Um, Now, do your parents like horror movies too? Like when you watch a horror movie at home, is your dad, mom, or do you have any brothers and sisters that you watch movies with?
um, my my mom's like quite not a horror fan, but she likes the Black Phone anyway because like the like you seen the Black Phone?
That's the one with Ethan Hawke.
Yeah, that's right. She likes that one because like it's like the spirits of the kids are like helping Finney from not getting killed by the grabber, which is absolutely amazing because like
Yeah,
because
I thought that
they're making sure.
I thought the
Yeah.
character I thought in that I thought in the Black Phone I thought that character died.
He did, but
No,
if you have you seen the trailer?
no,
Of
no.
the,
Uh, all right. There is our good friend Dutch in that Rolling and Strong in the House. And he also is a big horror fan as well as Westerns. Glad you're here. Glad you're here. He says hello to you, Tate. By all means, we dropped the link down earlier. Let me go ahead and see if I dropped it. See if I dropped it again here too. Uh, yes. Here is Tate YouTube channel right here. So if you guys, I already know you guys are all going over there. Tate is only 9 people away from 100 subscribers, so I think we could probably get him there. At least push him to at least 95, if not over 100. Um, yeah, that's interesting. Now, what other films do you like other than horror? So
Um,
I think I mentioned earlier, but what other movies do you? I know you like the supernatural horror, but what other films besides horror do you like?
I like action and comedy, and um, like for example, about like action, like I love like Rambo and John Wick, and yeah, I think they're absolutely amazing.
Have you ever seen a movie called Over the Top with Sylvester Stallone?
Oh, over the top. I think I've heard of it. I haven't seen it, so I have to have a look at that.
Yeah, I'll write it out for you after the show, and go ahead and watch it and tell me what you think.
Yeah, yeah, that sounds great. Thank you.
Uh, I just wanted to get that in while I got a chance. Mika just said that they just subscribed to you. That's awesome. I appreciate that so much. That's
Thank
amazing. So what's coming up? What's coming up on the podcast? What guests do you have coming up?
Um, I there isn't any other guests planned yet, but I'm figuring out I'm planning the other ones. But there is a new episode coming next, which is the last call. Winnie the Pooh's Blood is Shadows, and that will be arriving at the 24th of June at 10 a.m. in Australia, and um and by like 10 p.m. my time at the same day, I will be on live on Instagram to celebrate the release of it.
Dutch mentioned some sequels that we were talking about sequels. I mean, there are some good sequels out there for sure. He's mentioning Evil Dead 2, and Dawn of the Dead from Romero, Dawn of the Dead from Zack Snyder as well. Hellraiser 2, Hellbound, that was great. Aliens, Cycle 2. I never saw Cycle 2, so I can't speak to that one. Bride of Frankenstein by James Whale. Yes, I agree. Those are all great sequels. Yeah. Um,
Uh,
Aliens are our favorite. Yeah, yep. And of course Rambo too. You got to throw in Rambo too. That's if you're gonna go for sequels, John Wick 2. There's a lot of a lot of great action films out there with sequels. Um,
yeah, there
all
is.
right. Does anybody have any questions for our guest, Tate, before we let him go? What are you going to do for the rest of your day, or what are you going to do for your weekend? Since it's almost
Oh,
noon over there in Australia.
yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't have pretty much planned it, but like what I'm doing but I might be working more on my podcast because like I'm just nearly finished doing the script for covering the movie called Smile, and and I'm also like planning on who to invite for the next installment of the Lost Call series, which will be like inspired by Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare. And yeah, I'm hoping to get someone there.
Uh, let's see. Oh, thank you. Mika says here, just love this conversation with you, Tate. I did too, man. This has been a blast. I'm so glad we did this, and I'm grateful that you came onto the show and hung out with us today, Tate, because I had a blast, and I hope you had a good time. I told you you would have fun today. And I think I pretty much promised came through with that. I think we had a great time today, and
Yeah,
I'm proud of you. I'm proud to know you, and I think your parents have done a great job with you, and raised a fine young man. So, and I do hope that you'll come by and visit us again.
yeah, yeah. That would be amazing. It's so great to be here. You're actually the first podcast to interview me, and I'm just so happy.
The first of many.
Yeah,
This will be the first of many. There'll be some other people looking to talk to you as well. Rest assured that that will happen. So I'm glad to have been able to do the first one with you. We had a lot of fun. Um, I see. Okay, and our friend Brene just left a comment on the show. That's amazing. Thank you so much, Brene. You guys all have my back. I appreciate that. And before we let you guys all go, I'll let you know that there's Tate's. I put Tate's link for this is for the replay people. I'll put Tate's information down in the description box. You guys can go over there and check him out. Next week we have 3 shows. I'll let you know who we got. Next Monday we have film director Brendan Gabriel Murphy, whose new movie Flux is coming out. Flux stars Shelley Hennig from Teen Wolf, Tyrese Gibson from The Fast and the Furious, Shiloh Fernandez will be also is also one of the stars of the show, and he will be here, I believe, within Flux right now. And I don't mean for that to say that, but that's where we're at. We will either be on our regular time at 8 o'clock, and I'll be talking to Brendan and his brother, or we'll get Shiloh Fernandez and we'll be on at 4 o'clock. I'm not sure yet. I'll know by tomorrow. Next Tuesday on the 17th, we have another horror podcaster coming in, and that's Marcus Witherspoon. He runs the channel. I Shot Him 6 Times. He's a Halloween fan. And then next Thursday, the 19th, guess where we're going? We're going back down to Australia to talk to filmmaker Addison Heath from Black Forest Films. And yes, I will talk to him about you as well, Tate. And then on the 21st, on Saturday the 21st, I will be here at 8 o'clock with Joe Leone, and he and I will be doing a watch party for the movie called Reap, which Joe wrote and directed. And so we'll get some stories from Joe. Otherwise, that is it for us. Thank you guys all for coming. I appreciate your support. I wouldn't be here without you. Tate, you stay there for 1 second. And to everybody else, I'm going to say good night. And we will see you Monday. Peace.
Thank you.